Hi, welcome to the Open Case channel. Today we bring you a new case for you. I hope you enjoy it. We hope you are all well from wherever in the world you are tuned to this channel. So let's go. Tuesday, February 11, 2020, Fátima Cecilia Aldrighett Antón, 7 years old, attended classes in the afternoon at the Enrique Rébsamen school in the Santiago Tulyehualco neighborhood, in the Xochimilco mayor's office, in Mexico City. That day the youngest attended school hours later, at about 6:30 in the afternoon. Like every day, her mother, María Magdalena Antón, would go to pick her up at the main door of the school, as she did regularly. However, she had a problem and was delayed. When the girl's mother came to pick her up, she realized that she was no longer there. When asking the people close to the place, they mentioned that they had not seen her until someone told them that she had seen the girl in the company of a man. Then, María Antón contacted her husband, José Luis Rivera, 73, to find out if he had gone to pick up the girl. Since he could not find her for nowhere, he answers no, and after hours of searching, he decides to go to the Tláhuac mayor's office to report the disappearance. Report. The search for the little girl did not stop, at least by the family, who contacted everyone they knew to find out if they had seen her or knew anything about her whereabouts. But unfortunately, no one had any information, so up to date the following day, February 12, they again went to the Tláhuac Decentralized Prosecutor's Office, where due to the case, they were referred to the Missing Persons Prosecutor's Office, where the Amber Alert was issued. From here the search for the little girl began, because they feared the worst. In the first report issued, it was said that she was last seen on Ignacio Zaragoza Street, in the Santiago Tulyehualco neighborhood, in Xochimilco, at 6:40 p.m., in the company of a male person. Within the report, the particulars are mentioned: school uniform, dark blue pants, with white and yellow stripes and cherry-colored tennis shoes. The observation of the report is that the complaint is received on February 12, 2020. Later, when the video was released, the report was changed, because it was not a man, but rather a woman. The news spread immediately and support was requested to find the whereabouts of the girl. The next day, in the afternoon, Fatima's mother went to the C5 facilities. The security cameras were checked, in the company of the investigative police, where a surveillance video showed that at around 6:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. in the afternoon of that day, the girl is observed walking hand in hand with a woman with a pink and white sweater, a black skirt and white shoes, on Belisario Dominguez Street. At all times the girl looks calm, she looks confident with the woman, nothing out of the ordinary is noticeable, she even turns around repeatedly in a calm manner. After that, the video was presented through the media. Immediately, a spoken portrait of the suspect was made, revealing certain characteristics of the woman. It is mentioned that she is between 42 and 45 years old, approximately 155 to 60 m tall, medium complexion, light brown complexion, hair long, straight, round face, small eyes, straight nose, medium mouth and oval chin. A reward of $2 million was offered to whoever will provide information about its location. Once the spoken portrait was presented, it began to be officially disseminated. The next day, elements of the police made tours in the place to find out if anyone had seen her and if they had any relevant information. It was then that new clues arose in the case, since the security cameras of some establishments turned them to capture. You can see the girl talking to the suspect, which clearly indicates that he knew her. Later, a white car is observed on Melchor Ocampo Street. Minutes later, in another surveillance camera, it can be seen that the car stopped on the wide road street. There they got out and disappeared from the chamber. It was the last time they saw her alive. Within the investigations carried out at the school, it was confirmed that the school let Fatima go with a woman because she recognized her and went to pick up the girl. Parents even claimed that the woman in the portrait was a person who sold potatoes outside the school. The line of investigation began to expand its search immediately. Through social networks, a photograph of an alleged relative of the little girl, Fatima's great-aunt, began to circulate, because when comparing the spoken portrait, which the Attorney General's office released, the resemblance was imminent: the same shape of the face, the same forehead, nose and eyes, the same way the ears. Even the hairstyle, for which it was thought that she had probably stolen the girl. After the amazing resemblance, they began to investigate her. So that woman, it didn't take long for her to show her face. Before the prosecutor's office, it was possible to confirm the alibi of the suspected suspect and was ruled out of the case, because she was not related to Fatima. On Friday, February 14, they continued with the investigations, touring the streets where the cameras had captured her. The woman's identity was still a mystery. Despite having the videos, it could not be established who it was. but they supposed that, indeed, the girl knew her. It was not until Saturday, February 15, at around 2 p.m., that the discovery of the body of a girl between 7 and 9 years of age was revealed, inside a sack. Elements of the preventive police went to the place after a call alerted the police, on a dirt road, in the Los Reyes neighborhood, in the Tláhuac mayor's office, what looked like a body was found, inside a sack covered with garbage bags. Experts went to the place of investigation to carry out the established protocol, gathering all possible evidence, in order to make the corresponding opinions. Once there, it was possible to confirm that they were before a place of discovery, since the events had not occurred there. That same day, after transferring the remains to the CEMEFO, the identity of the little girl could be confirmed. Unfortunately, it was Fatima Cecilia. On February 18, at night, the authorities located the home, where Fatima was seen for the last time, located on San Felipe de Jesus Street No. 17, in the San Felipe neighborhood, in the Xochimilco mayor's office, where they were to carry out the search, after the judge found it appropriate. Upon entering one from the rooms of this property, the clothing of the minor was found, as well as the clothes that the woman was wearing, at the moment she was seen with Fatima, and something that put the police on alert was the discovery of some plastic straps, with blood stains. Once obtaining the statement of the witnesses of the property, they were able to establish the identity of the woman. It was about Gladys Giovanna Cruz, who lived with her husband Mario Alberto Reyes, who left said property on February 16. Once they showed Fatima's mother the photo of the alleged woman who stole her daughter, he mentioned recognizing her, adding that said woman had lived with them at their home, because a few years ago, she had rented a room for him. Between disbelief and surprise, he said that Gladys would not be capable of harming his daughter. In any case, if it is that the couple had been responsible, the intellectual author would be Mario, her husband, who was dedicated to working as a motorcycle taxi driver. Those who knew him knew that he was a reserved subject, without friends, as well as conflictive, and that he constantly violated his wife and children, because he used drugs and alcohol. Gladys is described as a submissive person, who lived in constant fear of being attacked by her husband. Therefore, she did everything he asked of her. They mentioned that she always wore those white shoes and her characteristic colored sweater. That's why it was easy to identify her by the neighbors. Once the alleged perpetrators were identified, the Mexico City Attorney General's office released the photograph of the suspects, presented as Gladys Giovanna and Mario Alberto Reyes. But there was a drawback. This woman did not look at all like the spoken portrait that had been previously released, so there was a lot of questioning if she was really the probable suspect. On the other hand, the couple and their 3 children went to the house of one of his aunts, who lived in the town, La Palma, municipality of Isidro Fabela, in the state of Mexico. Upon arrival, they mentioned to their family member that they needed a place to rent. However, since they did not have enough money, his aunt offered him a room, which was available for him to stay a few days. They went to buy food and stayed in the room. At the moment, his relative did not suspect anything, because he had not yet seen the photo of the alleged murderers. It was not until Wednesday, February 19, that Mario's aunt, while watching television, saw Gladys's photo on the news. She thought for a moment that she looked like her nephew's young wife. She would confirm that later, by continuing to watch television, because later the photo of her nephew Mario was on the screen when she saw such an atrocity. Irma, Mary's aunt, went down to face the murderers. Once, she mentioned to them that she had seen them on television, questioning them if they had been the aggressors of the girl, to which Mario agreed, saying that it had been his wife. Immediately the woman began to cry and affirmed that indeed, it had been her. After that, she began to recount the crime. He mentions that when he saw that they were looking for them, Mario told him that they had to make her disappear, so he took 2 belts and gave them to Gladys. Her husband took the girl by the hands and she placed the belts around her neck. Finally, they saw that the girl was still moving and Mario finished the act. Once he finished speaking, the tenant told them that they had each other to deliver, but Mario, before his cowardice, he only repeated that she had been, for what occurred to him, a plan that finally gave results. He told his nephew that she was going to help him, but that he had to give up his wife. Mario left the place and immediately the woman knelt down and asked him for help. She told her that her husband was constantly assaulting her and that he had asked her to commit the crime. After that, she revealed the true purpose of the kidnapping of the girl. He had asked her for a gift, because he wanted to have a girl as a girlfriend for the rest of his life, threatening her that if she did not bring him a little girl, he would do it with his own daughters. Between attacks he took her out of the house, and it was then that he came to her Fatima's mind, so after that, she went to the school and took the minor based on deception. Once at the couple's home, he abused her. The girl cried a lot, so they could not hide her for a long time, and after finding out that they were looking for them, they decided to end her life. Once knowing this, the couple's aunt Mario left the room, told his nephew that he was going to give up his wife, to say goodbye to her. He quickly went out onto the road. When he saw his sister, who was going with her brother-in-law to the store, he asked for the support of both, to deliver to the couple, requesting that they go with the municipal police. Upon returning to his house, Mario was impatient to leave, but Irma mentioned that she would let him go once he accompanied her to leave his wife in the mountains. During the conversation, she saw the municipal police in the distance. It was then that the couple was arrested. Both were arrested on the night of Wednesday, February 19, in the state of Mexico. In her statement, Gladys Giovanna confirmed that she gave Fatima to her husband, since he had asked for a young girlfriend who would last him for a long time. Otherwise, he threatened to abuse his children. He also assured that he took the girl out of fear, because it was agreed that his family did not pay much attention to him and was an easy target once he took her to his home. She put on a dress that she had just bought, painted her nails so that Mario would abuse her later. In the same way, Giovanna confessed that she herself deprived Fatima of life with a belt, realizing that they were wanted by the police. Authorities, they decided to leave the body in the vacant lot, where it was found, to later escape. He also confessed that Mario did not show remorse. However, he said he felt sorry, but that he had no other option, because he was afraid of him and did not want him to attack to his children. The couple's children were protected by the DIF. After a study, it was confirmed that they had also suffered abuse from Mario. The maternal grandmother has fought to obtain custody of her grandchildren. Fatima's necropsy revealed the cause of death by strangulation, in addition to presenting abuse and physical assaults due to torture. Currently, Gladys Giovanna is in the Women's Social Reintegration Center, Santa Martha Acatitla, and Mario Alberto, she is in the Eastern Male Preventive Prison, awaiting her sentence, which could be more than 100 years. Fatima was born on January 8, 2013. She was the youngest in her family. They describe her as a curious and smiling girl who liked to help. For that reason she wanted to be a doctor, since that way she could help children in Situation Street, cure them and give them money to eat and dress. Those were the dreams that took this little girl away, an unfortunate case due to the insecurity in El País, where some humans put sentiment and empathy aside, to give free rein to their fantasies and mental disorders. I hope you liked this video. If so, don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up, to comment and share. I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you are not already, and activate the notification bell to receive the latest uploads. See you next time.